My name's Heidi Drieschner and I'm part of the faculty of the Diploma of Energy Healing here at Awareness Institute. And today I'd like to talk to you a little about intuition, what it is and why we don't use it in our lives. So when I think about intuition, the first thing that comes to me is a story of, imagine there's two people that want to get to the other side of a stream. And so the first one's standing on the riverbed and they jump in and they start swimming frantically and they get this initial, oh, maybe I'm swimming against the tide. And then they go, oh, you know what? Don't worry about it. I'm going to ignore that. I'm strong, I'm fit, I'm young, I can make this. And so they struggle, they swim really fast, they swim really strong, and they get to the other side, but when they get to the other side, they're absolutely exhausted and they kind of collapse on the bank. And so the second person jumps into the river and they have this initial insight of, oh, I'm swimming against the tide, maybe I should swim diagonally. And the second person follows that. And so they swim easily across the other side and make it with no problems at all. So you might have guessed by the example there that the first person it got that initial information, it got that intuition, but chose to ignore it and go against it anyway. And the second person was going with their intuition. So the idea is that if we go with our intuition in our lives, things are just a lot smoother. It's almost like we're going with the flow of the water and of life rather than against it. So why don't we follow our intuition? What's going on there? A lot of the time we're really busy in our lives and our minds are cluttered, we're really full, we've got so much responsibility and stress in our lives that sometimes, we're either too busy to receive the information or the intuition that comes through, or we disregard it, and sometimes we shut it down, sometimes we just don't trust ourselves, and sometimes we really second guess the information or the intuition that's coming through. So what happens if the intuition that comes through is not what we want to hear? What happens if it's kind of urging us to step out of our comfort zone, to make changes in our life? What happens if we can't live the same as the way we were living before if we make changes in our lives based on our intuition? Where will we be then? So I really see the simplest way I can describe intuition is it's like knowing something without knowing why. It's like a barometer of how we're going through life, and it can really help us re-find our centre, and it's almost like it can help us rebalance when things go askew for us. So if it's such a fundamental skill to reconnect to this barometer, how do we even go about doing that? What if we're really lost in the way we've been living our lives and we don't know how to learn to trust this intuition again? The Intuitive Awareness course at Awareness Institute supports this natural unfolding of your intuition. So it helps us explore how we receive insights, and it helps us really strengthen our ability. So if we've been ignoring it for years and we're not quite sure, we're a bit uncertain about it, then it helps us really redefine what's coming through and how we receive information so that we can be a bit more confident in the changes that we're making in our lives and the choices that we make as a result of this intuition coming through. So when we look at intuitive awareness at the college, the first term is really all about understanding yourself personally as a way of delving through the chakra system that can help us really work out, okay, where's my energy going? Where are my personal boundaries? What am I doing in my life? And what are the patterns that keep replaying themselves over and over again? Because often there's a link between, a chakra or a particular chakra that's going on for us, and maybe we don't know how to get past that. And with the first step being awareness within this course, then we've got the tool set that we can actually start making changes within our life to help us make things a little bit easier. So the second term looks at strengthening our connection to spirit and our higher kind of faculties. And so as we progress through the terms within intuitive awareness, not only do we develop that sense of trust of the messages that are coming through, but we also strengthen that connection to spirit or to source energy and to our higher self. And when I talk about higher self here, it's kind of like that, the highest point of us that is still in physical form, that is like the knowledge bank of, really guiding us in where we need to be in our lives. The last term is all about manifestation. And when we talk about manifestation, we're talking about really creating the life that we want for ourselves. And how do we do this consciously with a sense of intent and a sense of connection with everything in our lives? So if you're wondering if this course is right for you, then maybe you just need to start exploring the intuitive awareness and see where it takes you. The great thing is you can just do Intuitive Awareness 1 as a standalone subject, and if you like it, you can just see where it goes. You can continue on. And the fantastic thing about that is that once you've done the certificate in intuitive awareness, you can use that as credit towards our professional training program, our diploma of energy healing. So you can use that as credit towards the diploma of energy healing, which is a professional training program. I'd like to share with you an Albert Einstein quote. And Albert Einstein says, "The intuitive mind is like a sacred gift, and the rational mind is the faithful servant." And we've created a society that honours the servant and forgets the gift. If you'd like to really honour this gift and you'd like to develop your intuition and how you sense everything around you, then why don't you come and explore our certificate in intuitive awareness at Awareness Institute. Hopefully we'll see you in the class soon.